Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy, what day is it? Wednesday. Like every first of the month, I'm like, where are we? What's going on? What are we doing? Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the last installment of the Color of the Month. This is it. This is it. We have been talking about color for 11 whole months straight. And if you have not seen my Instagram, it's beautiful. And because that's all we've been talking about. And so, why are we talking about this? Okay. Oh my goodness. We're going to get into all of that in a bit. But for those of you who have no idea who I am, or I'm coming up on your feed for the first time, my name is Toy Sweeney. I am the founder of the Well Dressed Brand Agency, author of the book Secrets of a Well Dressed Brand, and host of the Well Dressed Brand TV show. If you have Roku, make sure you go onto your handheld device or to your television app, type in Toy Sweeney, download that app so you can catch all the back shows. We have some really exciting shows coming up, and we have had years, but even this year, we've had some exceptional shows happen already. And so most people are going on and they're just like, oh my gosh, I've been catching up on your show and it is so good. And I think so too. I really enjoy that. So one of the things that we talk about here at the Well Dressed Brand Agency is that we talk a lot about unleashing the power of your wardrobe. How are you using your wardrobe as a business strategy? So rather I am giving a keynote or doing a workshop or a lunch and learn, when I'm talking about using your wardrobe as a business strategy, one of the game changing keys that I provide is using color. Color is one of those things that I love talking about because it can change or enhance the mood. It can sway the thinking of your customer. After all, we are all in the business of emotional branding, right? This is why we use story. This is why, packaging matters. And if you are saying, well, I don't have a business, well, you are a product. You are the business. And so the colors that you wear are always going to matter because it can hit an instant connection with your consumer. I don't care if you're a stay-at-home mom. When you are meeting with the teacher or the principal or other moms, mom groups, I don't care if you're sitting in car line, never ending car line, you know, the color that you wear matters. And what you wear overall matters. 60 to 90% of people initially judge a product, being you or your business, based solely on color. 92.2% of consumers report that the visual factors are the most important when buying a product. And so that's why we're talking about this. This is why it was so important to spend a year talking about this, because I talk about it in my book, but I really, really wanted to have an opportunity to take a deeper dive into it so that you guys really understand how important this is and why so much of it matters. And remember when in July, when we talked about the color red and Rihanna and the Super Bowl, everything is connected. So I'm so excited to get into all of this today. So if you've not logged on to toysweeney.com, make sure you sign up for the newsletter. This is the last free resource on color that we're doing this year. And so I don't want you to miss it. Thank you, Coralie. I already was getting DMs this morning talking about the newsletter and how detailed it is as we're going into metallics. There's already a ton of Facebook messages talking about, I love metallics. I love metallics. Some LinkedIn messages. So you guys are excited, just as excited about the way that we're ending this series as I am. And I'm very excited about it. So metallics are hues that mimic a polished appearance of metal. And I love that. I always think of wet paint, this, it often by emitting a radiant metallic shine, this unique shimmer is impossible to replicate with plain solid colors. So you think about, the red, the blue, the orange, and the yellow. You can't just take those and just like replicate it, like add anything to it to make it a metallic. It's such a unique kind of thing, and I think that that's why our eyes and everything are so drawn to it, and the meaning of it. I can't wait to get into this. So the result is a material of bright, it results in a material of brightness, which varies depending on the surface, the angle in relation to the light source. Like it's even right now, as I am wearing a silver metallic jacket, I am such a gold girl. But I just really, I, I was like, I saw this and I was like, I need it. And we're going to talk about why in just a bit. But when you think about, all of the colors, did you know that there are 66 different metallics? 66. And so, since we've been talking about color since January, we were not going to get into all of the metallics. So, this month we will primarily focus on gold and silver, but I will like post pictures and talk a little bit about your favorite colors and then the metallic versions of those colors because you get the idea. We've been talking about this for quite some time. And so we're going to focus mainly on gold, silver, and maybe a little bit of bronze. Not too much bronze because we just came off of the color brown, which you guys loved that series. And I did too. It was fun and fresh. So there's just been a variety of colors that we've been talking about this year. And mostly for the metallics, they have the same meaning. So when you think about gray, which is one of the colors that we didn't cover, and I didn't cover gray because we were going to be talking about silver. And the meanings are a little bit similar. I mean, gray is a little bit of, it's just not an exciting color. It's a very elegant color. So I like the metallic version of it better. So it's like, let's just talk about silver instead. So the color silver, let's get right into it, has a feminine energy. It's related to the moon and ebbs and flows of the tide. It's fluid. It's emotional. It's sensitive. It's mysterious. It's modern. Um, from a color psychology viewpoint, it signals a time of reflection and change of direction as it illuminates the way forward. So let's talk about August 4th is when Beyonce hit her Instagram and was like, "Hey, let's talk about how I need you guys to wear silver for my birthday." She's like, "It's Virgo season, and if you are attending Renaissance, then you need to have on all of your silver." And I love that. I didn't research this. So correct me if I'm wrong because maybe you guys know, but I don't know of another artist who, I mean, obviously if we were going to go see Prince, right, we would put purple on, I think. But I can't think of right now another artist where color kind of stands out, that's really branded in that way. And so I just thought that what she did was impeccable. And for those of you who have gotten the email this morning, I went into such detail about this, specifically the part about silver that talks about a change of direction as it illuminates the way forward. So I was thinking about Beyonce including Blue Ivy into the tour, right? Because she's the future and illuminating that way forward. It helps with cleansing and releasing the mental, physical, and emotional issues, like any kind of blockage. It opens up new doors and it lights the way for the future. So I just love that. Um, Silver is reflective and sensitive qualities. It inspires intuition, um, mental telepathy. That's crazy to me. But I love it because the attitude of silver is like, what I'm going to do is match your energy. So if you're one of those people that's like, I'm going to treat you the way that you treat me, then silver is the color for you because it's going to reflect back. It's really about like matching that energy positively or negatively. And so I thought that that was pretty cool as well. And the meaning of color. So there's different things that we've been talking about. There's the psychology of color that we cover every month. And then there's also the meaning of that color that we color every month. So in the meaning of color for silver, it's associated with prestige and wealth. It is seen as glamorous and sophisticated. It relates to, again, that female energy, prosperity. It's something that's very modern compared to gold. Silver restores your equilibrium. It's stable. Um, restoring your equilibrium to your feminine power, I guess. It protects itself from outside negativity, again, reflecting that same energy back. It's very versatile. And so, again, if you got the email this morning, I'm not going to go too deeply. I'll just see where we are on time, but into the different cultures. And so, a lot of it as we were looking at different cultures and talking about this feminine energy and this purity and it being associated with the moon, I was so intrigued, and it was such an education to learn about how different colors view silver compared to gold. And when I tell you how I took a deep dive for you guys inside that newsletter, so if you love metallics and you're not signed up for the newsletter, I'm telling you, it's the last free resource for this year. Sign up on toys20.com and just get it today. I just don't think that you're going to be sorry. So silver is about self-control, responsible, it's patient, it's determined, it is organized. So if silver is the color for you, then let me know if that makes sense for you. It's really the color of responsibility. And so there are some really great reasons for you to incorporate it you know, into some of your corporate things that you're doing. Back in the 1930s, having a metallic, painted car was a sign of status, right? It was like, I have arrived. You don't even know what's about to happen because I have um I have a silver car. How do I sign up for the newsletter? Yes, you can go onto my website. You can go thank you, Corley. She's answering questions for me. I think that I have an unofficial, meaning that I did not ask her. Um Well-dressed brand advocate. Thank you for answering that question. Yes, you can head over to toysweenie.com. You should have a pop-up that says sign up for the newsletter. You can just enter your email and you should get it instantly. If you don't, let me know. Um, so what were we talking about? 1930s cars, right? Silver. If you had a metallic colored car, you were like the bee's knees. Like it was a massive deal during that time. Of course, today it's like not that big of a color. I don't see that many gold cars. I've seen kind of variation of cars. My aunt has a like this metallic Lexus SUV. It's gorgeous with the caramel colored kind of luggage brownie seats, and she calls it Sparkle. And I feel like it's a little bit more like silver metallic, and it's gorgeous. So in the 2000s, silver was the top choice for cars. If you have a silver car, let me know. I love this. So fast forward to again August 23rd, not the 4th. That's when Beyonce announced it's Virgo season, and she was like, her exact words were, "I love this. As we approach this tour, um, it's my birthday. I want you to dazzle with me in your fabulous silver fashions." Um, and I love that. And then I have, again, going about pushing forward. You can't really see it, but I have like this or just something, a page from the newsletter, but you can see just how proud, her proud mama moment. I love, 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 love that. Okay. Again, make sure that you look at the newsletter because I want to. Let's see if we have time to get into it for the different cultures because it blew my mind, you guys. So let's talk about gold. So this month again, we're going to focus on gold and silver primarily, but I will be talking about some of the other things like if you got the newsletter, ways to wear it. Right, I'm talking about take your favorite color and wear the metallic version of that color. I mean, so there are some gorgeous metallic greens and pinks. And when it comes to, for those of you who love yellow, well, then gold, metallic gold, is the metallic of that color. Silver is the metallic color of gray. And so I break that down a little bit, but we'll talk a little bit about it as we progress this week. So the color of gold is about wealth, success, and status. Gold is the color of winners, right? Every gold medalist, they're number one. And so when we think about that, of course, I know that your mind may or may not, I don't know, I shouldn't say of course, goes to Simone Biles right now. The most decorated gymnast, right, in history, number one for a reason. In Atlanta, Miami, there are gold colored cars. Yes. I mean, I've seen them before, but I just feel like I'm not seeing a lot of them right now. I'm interested to see with it being such a trend. So gold, the metallics in general are classic. They never go out of style, right? And so it really started as like a trend in about 2017. I know that when we moved to Texas, in the end of 2019 going into 2020, I think it was, I meant to look this up before the live, when the Wonder Woman movie came out. And after that movie, I was like having a gold moment, right? And I ended up buying these limited edition. I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't realize that they were limited edition. I bought these limited edition Reeboks, and I'm not like a sneaker person. But at the end of 2019 into 2020, I bought a gold metallic Tabitha backpack by Amy Kessenberg. It's my favorite backpack. Um, and if you go through, even I have pictures of it somewhere on my Instagram, but you got to scroll way back to when we lived in Texas. But anyway, and I bought these gold limited edition Reeboks. It was like the Woman. It was like a collaboration that they had with Wonder Woman, and I loved them. And I remember being stopped in Texas all the time. Where'd you get those sneakers? Where'd you get those sneakers? And I just had to have them. I've worn them, the stitches off of them. But I am a gold girl at heart. This is actually my favorite. No, that's my second favorite. Well, that's my first. This is my second. Oh, you guys can't see this on Instagram. This is my favorite. I am a biker jacket girl, and this is my favorite. My second favorite biker jacket. My favorite one is my red one. Anyway, I'd have gotten way off task. But this is live television. This is what happens. Yes, yes, and you have the Kessenberg bags from QVC. Yes, she has so many different colors. But anyway, the color gold is the color of success. That's where we were going. Success and achievement, triumph. It's associated with abundance and prosperity and luxury. Hello, all the things that I love. Quality and prestige, just like the well-dressed brand. And so last year, even as I was just tweaking my brand a little bit, I reached out to my girl Meg Delarrange. Meg is the one that does my website, and she designed this gorgeous cover. She does most of my things. I have an amazing squad in my repertoire. Where was I going with that? And I reached out to Meg, and I was just like, I think that I just want to add a little bit of gold to I want to add a little bit of gold to, to my brand, for that reason. And I don't think that you can see it. You can see it a little bit. You didn't see the cover. I'll show it to you again, Danielle. But even in the Toy Sweeney signature bag that's behind me, it's hard to see. It's gold metallic, so it's white and gold metallic. The picture of me in white everywhere that are my latest headshots with the gold strappy sandal. I was having a season of white and gold metallic for the reason. So the psychology of this color implies affluence, material wealth, and extravagance. But I think it's for me. I'm a bit of a minimalist, so it is. You're gonna see it done in a very minimal way because that's just a natural way that my style is it's dramatic but minimalized in a bit. If that even makes sense. But gold is, in its physical state and by its nature, denotes wealth and prestige again. So as we go into different cultures, um, that kind of runs through all of the cultures from Western world to ancient Egypt to all of the cultures. Gold is seen as that way. Now, just like silver is considered feminine energy, gold is masculine energy because it really is ruled by the power of the sun. And that is a lot of things that you see in other cultures, in Roman culture and Greek culture. Um, so silver would be the moon and feminine, and gold is the sun and masculine. Gold is about optimism, positively, richness. It's warm. Everything that is kind of everything that you kind of think about when you think about the sun is exactly what the gold is representing. So again, we have the meaning of things, and then we have the psychological aspect of it. And so, at its uppermost level, gold is about higher ideals. So, think about dreaming and thinking big. Wisdom, it's about understanding and enlightenment. So, silver is like illuminate, and gold is like wisdom. I love it. Understanding enlightenment. It's about knowledge and spirituality, a deep understanding of self and soul. And I know, like, in my heart, I'm such a gold girl. I love all the metallics, but I am such a gold girl. In the meaning of color, gold is generous, giving, compassionate, and loving, the benefactor of patron, sharing its wisdom, knowledge, wealth with others. So if you are a gold personality, that is it. Gold is the color of winners. That's what we talked about. First place medals are always gold. Silver is second place. Gold is confident, compassionate, eye-catching. It draws attention to itself. Now, the truth about gold, two things, is that as a kid that grew up in the 80s, I cannot think about gold without thinking about hip hop. I cannot. I think about legendary hip hop artists like Run DMC, um, LL Cool J, Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, and how I used to wear these big gold chains all the time. And the watches and the rings, but like that was the way that it was. It was not uncommon for me at 14, to see boys around the way, and that's what they wore. They wanted to replicate these styles. And so that is what, for me, like the first thing that I thought about with gold. And I'm telling you, look at the photos from the newsletter this month. Come on, you know it. That is what it was about. So you think about, again, the essence of goals, it champions, it exemplifies superstars. We talked about Simone Biles. The other thing too is, so last year I was working with one of my C-suite clients, and I was infusing metallics into her brand. And in the newsletter, I included the runway show. I think it was Tom Ford's from 2022, because that was when I really just got a fresh dose of the metallics coming down the runway. The trend is still going strong. If you look at Alexander McQueen's um, fall runway right now, it's black, it's white, it's red, all of my brand colors with the hint of metallics in there, gold and silver. And when I tell you how stunning it is, that if you go back and look at the 2022 Tom Ford, for those of you who have the email, the newsletter, I already put it in there for you, and look at that fashion show. I mean, the runway show. It is incredible. It is strong. It is powerful. It is feminine, yet masculine. And it shows the difference between metallic and then something that's just shiny, and then something that's just glamorous. You know what I mean? So it's a difference between, yes, and Michael Kors had a lot of metallics as well. And so it has been trending for a while, and it's not going to stop, anytime soon. So if this is not something that you've added into your wardrobe, it is so easy to do when an item is, when it's trending. Zara has a ton of metallics right now. All of the designers have something like that in feature kind of in their brands, and lots of color too. And so this is just a great time to get dressed. And right after the pandemic, there was a lot of talk about, the return to glamour, but metallics weren't really, they weren't specifically displaying this in metallics quite yet. It was more, about just kind of like, we're going to want to get dressed again. And I think about, you know, how from HGTV to makeup artists to branding agencies, everyone's talking about colors and that deeper meaning behind it. And it's for a reason, because it is just, it's just time for us to understand. And it helps you to be able to move forward in a more authentic way, you know, in that more self aware way. Because when you're looking at the meaning, as we're talking about these from month to month to month, and you're like, this is my favorite color, now you understand why you're drawn to it, right? Because I don't know about you, when I read about these things and I'm learning these things, I'm like, oh, I understand now why I'm drawn to, I was talking to my cousin the other day, and we were talking about the color of the month, and she was like, I'm just a silver girl through and through. I always have been. And when I looked at the history of silver and the things that she likes, it makes perfect sense from her personality that she is a silver girl. I love it. Just like it makes sense that for me that I'm a gold girl. Um, what else? Gosh, we've covered a ton already. Yeah, so I just like, let me see okay, we're good on time. Not too long. I'll wrap it up quickly here, but I'll give you a little bit about I'm trying to the most so let's talk about the Indian culture for a second. Actually, I want to talk about Native American culture because I thought that was kind of interesting that in every culture there was something about, either the moon or the sun, um, regarding silver or gold. But do I have it here? Oh, I don't know if I do. I'm gonna do it from memory. But with the Native American culture, silver was not a huge part of it. They would use it to design a lot of. Wait, I feel like I have that backwards. Like, wait a minute, I don't have it in front of me. I have all the cultures here, and that one is not here. I was just watching a sermon with Sarah Jakes, and she was like, okay, I don't have my notes, and I feel just like that too. But anyway, I was thinking about gold. There it is. So gold was not a huge part of the Native American culture, because when I think about Native American as I was considering it, I was like, oh, I'm seeing very like intricate silver, sterling silver designs, but there wasn't a ton that I could think of or imagine in gold. And so as I continued to do some additional research, I was right that it wasn't a huge part. Gold's not a huge part of their culture, but not like sterling silver was. And I thought that was very interesting that they still use gold to create some jewelry, of course, in very intricate designs. Again, like other cultures, like Greece, like ancient Egypt and some of the Celtic cultures and things like that. But I thought it was interesting that they were not big on using gold in their culture compared to some other cultures. And so that was the differentiator, because India, Islamic cultures, Egyptian, a bunch of other cultures, really, the gold had the similar meanings, right? Wealth. Silver was about protection and purity, which we've talked about. But the Native American culture was really the only culture that was like not big on gold, gold, gold. And so I thought that was kind of interesting. Like I said, I go heavily, heavily into that. So I am excited. I'm excited that you guys are so excited about the color of the month. Thank you so much for your time and attention today. Danielle, you said you did not see the book cover. Here it is. You can pick up the book wherever books are sold. Amazon, barnesandnobles.com, everywhere. Anywhere books are sold, you can get it. I think there's a link on my website too that takes it to you. And so, yeah, so I just, as we are wrapping this up for the year, I hope that you guys have walked away with really understanding using the way that you can use color to really be a game changer with you. If the first time that you hit the camera, or you are walking into a room, color matters. Now, if you have local television or national, international, whatever, then you want to be mindful of wearing metallics specifically, because depending on the lights in the studio, like even for all of the other platforms that I'm on, every platform live right now, I'm on Instagram, from my phone, and then everywhere else is my streaming service, and we're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Roku. So my jacket looks different. And so with the the studio lights, it's a little bit washed out, except for on Instagram. The filter is darkening it so that you can really see how silver it is. So this is not, if you are doing your book tour and you're going to be booking some television, This is not like the kind of place where you want to add the metallics because the studio lights may wash it out. And oftentimes the producers will say, please do not wear certain colors on camera. So you need to know what those are. So as we talk about having a brand right closet, you want to have that section of things that you're wearing for television, that are within your brand colors. You want to have those things because sometimes even the producers, in last March we talked about black. They'll say, "I don't want you to wear black." You can really wear it now because of the update and the cameras and everything, but still some of them will reach out to you and say, please don't wear black because maybe they're shooting on a black set and then you'll look like a floating bobblehead. So you need to have another something. But if it's just Zoom or something like that, live streaming with the appropriate lighting, please whip out those metallics because they are going to be fun. I purchased, I got a really cute, mini skirts are so big right now, and I have good legs. So I like to cover up the parts of me that we're working on in this season. But, I can show my legs 'cause I got good legs. So I got a cute little metallic gold mini skirt the other day that I'm probably going to pair with like an ivory chunky sweater and boots. So I'm excited about that. It is snowing outside today in upstate New York, so I don't know when I'm going to be wearing that, but it's happening. All right. Thank you guys for your time today. Let's see. You love the Amazon shop. Yes, there's nail polish and jackets, and everything. Yes, everything looks really good with white or black underneath. And so I love that too. Thank you so much for checking out the Amazon shop. I love all those things that are in there, like so many little fun shoes and nails and leather bags and things like that. All right. So I'm going to end this here. Thank you guys so much, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter family, for being attentive today. I see you on Tuesdays on Instagram. I'm usually live about 1 o'clock, and we just take a deeper dive into that specific color of the month on the Well Dressed Brand TV show. We'll see you soon. I have some exciting guests coming up, so I'm excited about that. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day. Make sure that if you found value in this, you like it, share it, heart it, comment on it. It helps the algorithm. It helps me to get the message out there. And how lucky and grateful am I that I get to spend this time with you and to see your comments and how much you love this series. So it has been awesome. So I'm excited. All right. Have a great rest of your day. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.